Okay, we are now recording, and happy Saturday, you guys. It's our first Saturday, and it is our first call of 2020, the new year, the new decade, the new everything. So the past few calls, we have been slowly, monthly, gathering and collecting information. So we started off with learning how to invite and having an agenda. Then we moved into inviting with personality communication techniques. Then last month we did, let me look at my notes, we did objections, which is a huge one because so many of us get really nervous when we're faced with the objections. And then today's call is going to be all about setting up and presenting. So at the BBP, and this will be a two-part call because there's a lot of little details. So today I'm just going to be giving information, the things you need, because for some of us, we haven't held a lot of BBPs yet in home or in someone else's home, or even maybe in a space that we rented. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Oh, desktop. Oh, I can just share right there. Awesome, cool. Can everybody see my, hold on. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Thumbs up. Awesome. Christine, can you see it?
Sorry, I had to unmute. Yes, I can.
Perfect. Okay, so, all righty, you guys. Welcome to At the BBP, setting up and presenting. But first, we're going to review from the last call because the last call, like I said, was all about objection techniques and communications. So what we went over, this is just our brief review. We went over the objection techniques of feel, felt, found. This is a big one that Yoli really, really likes. It's very easy. Then I taught you guys a little bit about picture stories, movie stories, and how to use the connection call. Then we talked about the positive negative. We talked about flip-flop. And we talked about how you can use any one or any combination of these, whatever feels right with whoever you're talking to.
Hey, Eureka.
Yes?
I don't see anything on the screen. After you press play, it just went to a gray background. I see your play button and I see your outline. Does anyone else see anything on the screen other than the gray?
No, just gray.
Really? Okay, let me go back. This might be because how I shared it. Let me stop sharing. Okay, thanks for letting me know that. Let me share it from desktop real quick. Okay. And I will start it over. Can you guys all see my screen now?
Yes.
Thumbs up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll just start this over. So those of you guys who are watching the replay, yeah, you're gonna see this part twice. So welcome to At the BBP, you guys, setting up and presenting. But first, we're gonna review from last call, which was the objection techniques of the feel, felt, found, our picture, movie, story, and connection calls, positive, negative, flip-flops, and how we can use any combination of what feels right. So here's what I was trying to show. So now we're all caught up. Feel, felt, found is our big one from Yoli. And it goes a little something like this. I'm not going to read the whole thing because this is just review. But the objection from this person is, hey, it seems like a lot of work. So that means there's really no desire. And our response should always be, tell me more about that. What seems tough? This is a listening technique. And once they tell us what seems tough, we then go into, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And then, but what I found, and then you go into all the positive things about that objection that they're having. Okay? That one's really quick, really easy. And honestly, most of the objections that we're going to hear, we probably can relate to. And if we personally can't relate to, we probably know someone on our team or PC that has shared their experience that we can relate them to. Then the picture, movie, or connection call, we went over how picture stories where we paint a picture and we put them in that picture, and you want to make sure it fits their needs. a movie story. So where we tell them someone else's story that relates to their needs. And then the connection call is where we actually physically pick up the phone. We get that person on the line that we think they would connect to, or maybe has a similar story, and we turn that call into a conference call right then and there. Then we did the positive negative, which is where we are sometimes motivated by the fear of loss than the potential gain. I'm one of those people, and I shared that on my last call, even with my experience of mastermind. I know you three that are on the call right now, you're sitting at my table, so you guys witnessed it. But I'm very much a person that has a fear of loss. I know what there is to gain, but the moment I hear about all the things that I potentially would lose, that's usually enough to drive me to try it. So showing the other side of the picture can be equally powerful. So we sometimes want to show them what they would lose if they didn't take the opportunity. And then flip-flop. Flip-flop is the concept where we take the reason they say they don't want to do something, the loss, and we show them that's exactly why they should do it. Okay? And give you guys a quick example I gave on the last call. I use this all the time in my ballroom studio. I may get a lady that's like, hey, you know, I really want to learn to do arm styling, but I'm not ready yet. And I would say something like, well, you know, if we did this little by little, if we start now, not only will you become really good at it, get fluid, but you will look like that lady over there that you are admiring. Because at some point, everybody had to take that first step. We don't just wake up ready. We get ready by practicing. So let's start today. Okay? So that's a quick flip-flop. You know, she said she didn't want to do it because she thought she wasn't ready. And I'm like, that's the reason why we should do this. This is what's going to help you get ready. And then here was the example of the communication technique. This was my actual real example of a PC I had last month. I should say she's now a PC. And it was because of this right here. So my prospect, she said to me, you know, hey, Eureka, I would love to lose some weight and regain my energy, but I'm going on a trip in 17 days. And you're telling me that your kit is 28 days. I don't have time. I think I'll need to pass or wait. And I said, hey, listen, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I was looking to drop a few pounds to get into my, my ferry addresses in a hurry. But what I found was that even in just the first week and a half, the average person can lose 6 to 7 pounds. I would really hate to see you go on this hard-earned trip. She went to Jerusalem, by the way, to only feel low on energy and not be able to enjoy it to the max. Would you be open to at least giving this a try? And so in this example, you guys can hear the feel, felt, found. I said, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And then what I found, you can see I use the positive and negative, the fear of loss, by telling her, I would hate to see you go on this trip, and she has really bad knees and low energy, and then not be able to enjoy it, all because you didn't try Yoli, you know? And then my call to action was that very last line, would you be open to giving this a try? You guys, that is what literally got her to say yes. When she heard that in just 1 week, she would have some change and that would be better than no change. You know, yeah, she only had 17 days, but some change was going to be way better than no change. All righty. So with that being said, I found this awesome quote that really fits our call today. It's by Abna. I don't even know if Abna is a guy or a girl. I'm going to have to Google that, but I love the quote. The quote is, borrow to learn, share to grow, right? We borrow to learn, share to grow. So we're going to move into our sharing. So let's grow. Last call, I asked you guys to create your own rebuttal examples for feel, felt, found, a positive, negative, and a flip-flop. Because the way we are all going to grow as a team is to hear how good listening skills, hear how others experience their objections, so we have more stories to steal from, or I should say borrow from. So who wants to start sharing first?
I guess I'll go.
Okay.
So you just want me to go right?
Yours.
Okay, perfect. So my objection was the prospect does not believe they have time. And then I'd go into what part do you not seem you have, what part do you seem not to have time for? And then going into the feel, felt, found, I would start with, I know how you feel. I had the same concerns too when I seen the product. But what I found out during my first 28-day kit is that I had more time during lunch. And since I had a plan ahead, I felt ready for each day. And because I felt ready, I did not need to feel time constraints and the load of stress of not having as much time not having as much time. I'm able to focus more on the important things. I would tell you to give it a try. I promise you it's better than what you think, and this has an amazing guarantee. Would you be open to giving it a try?
Nice. So that's your feel, felt, found.
Correct.
Nice. How about, do you have a positive, negative?
The positive, negative. So this one goes into, so you say you already have a current protein shake that is good, and you really don't want to look at anything else because you tried several things before and you're pretty good with the one you have. I understand where you're coming from, but but what I don't want to happen is you to keep taking a product that is just good and realize that Yoli shake is a great shake. Best part about this is this 100% money back guarantee. Are you willing to at least give it a try?
Okay. So that sounded like it was for somebody who maybe you had said they had their own shake already?
Yes.
Okay. And how about a flip-flop?
Flip-flop. Okay, going back into, you say you don't have time. This is exactly why Yoli is perfect for you. The easy-to-step follow plan and great products will create more pockets of time in your day to allow you to maximize your time. Use the extra time you find for the things in life you really enjoy doing. Are you willing to give it a try?
Nice. Yeah, I think that's great. A lot of times I think we get the time objection, like I don't have time for this. And it's mostly on the business side. And we like to show them how we can help get them some time freedom. But sometimes we do hear this from a prospect. And it could be something as simple as getting them back 40 minutes of their day, you guys. It might sound like a small number considering that there's 24 hours in the day. But for a mom who's really busy, who usually comes home and she's so tired, she just crashes on the couch and doesn't have time to really make a good dinner, spend time with her family, being able to show her a way of how this is going to give her even an additional 40 minutes of valuable time back, that's huge. Good job, Robert. Kelly, you ready? Oh, she gave you a hands. She gave you applause.
Oh, thank you.
I just have one objection.
Okay.
I did good to get the one objection, and it was in my mind, so I don't have it written down, so bear with me, but I did an objection, okay?
Awesome.
So, and feel free to help me with it too.
Okay.
So I did the objection, the people that already sell or are part of Advocare or Plexus.
Nice.
Because I've run into that one a couple times already. So I did the feel, felt,
Found.
thank you. I was like, oh. So the first thing is when they would tell me that, I'd be like, well, tell me more about it. And then I have tried both products. So I hear what you were saying. I understand what you were saying. But having tried both products, I have found that I really enjoy Yoli because I know the products are clean and I know they're healthy. I find that the energy I get from the passion is not a hyper energy. It's just an alert energy. And I don't crash. As you know, it's time for bed or my midday nap. It wears off and I'm ready to go to sleep. So I would kind of go more that route. And then, would you be open to trying some of our products to compare to see, or something along those lines? Would you be open to trying because I know, having tried all 3 companies, I have found the most success with Yoli.
Oh. Sorry, you got me way excited. Keep going.
No, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, Kelly. First of all, you said something I haven't heard, which I'm going to definitely borrow from you. I love that you said on the passion that it makes you feel like you have alert energy. I just love that word choice, because we talk about how it helps with, mental brain fog and the energy. I just think that was a brilliant, brilliant word choice. I'm definitely borrowing that one. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And then I do think it's so great that in your Feel Felt Found, you brought in how you've compared all 3, and that you are really encouraging them to at least try it so they can make their own comparison, so they can have their own experience, which would hopefully, obviously, because we know that Yoli is the better choice, eventually bring them to Yoli. So I love that. Very good. Very good. Nice. Christine, how are you?
All right. Okay, so Feel Felt Found. So the objection seems like a lot of work. My response would be, tell me more about why you feel that way. And going into the Feel Felt Found, I know how you feel. I was a little overwhelmed at the idea of having to meal prep for myself on top of making meals for the rest of my.
Christine, I think we lost your audio.
No, we lost Christine.
We lost
Yeah,
Christine.
she left the whole meeting.
Okay, let's just, maybe she hit a button. And we
That's
will,
ingenious.
let me text her. So for those of you guys out there doing your trainings, always have your cell phone handy so you can text your team.
And hey, Eureka, while we're waiting for her to come back, I also thought about, with the Plexus and the Advocare, doing a make a picture. I wrote it down.
Picture story.
Yeah, not the picture story, the connect to someone.
Okay, the connection call.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's somebody in Yoli who used to do, there she is.
I am so sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay.
Olivia's sitting on my lap and hit the end button.
Oh, no.
So I'm not sure where, should I just start from the top?
Yes, start from the top.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so objection. Seems like a lot of work. Response. Tell me more about why you feel that way. And then feel and felt. I know how you feel. I was a little overwhelmed at the idea of me having to meal prep for myself on top of making meals for the rest of the family. And then what I found, but in fact, I found it actually saves me tons of time, because my family now eats what I eat. And not only has it saved me time with cooking and meal prepping, but it has saved me tons of money while getting my whole family healthy. I can walk you through the plan to help make it easier for you. Would you be open to trying the kit?
Wow, great job, Christine. I love that you brought, number one, you obviously connected to their objection. And I love how you talked about how you thought that was going to be the same case too, but over time your family just eats like you, because that really just stresses the importance of, we don't want to just take care of ourselves. We want to take care of our whole family. And then I get them thinking, well, if they're eating like her, I wonder what she's eating. And this is a great time where we get to show them that on Yoli, we're eating normal food as well. We're not just a company that's shake for this or shake for that. We are eating good food. That's awesome, Christine.
Thanks. And then I also had a flip-flop.
Awesome.
So again, I use the same scenario. It seems like a lot of work. And then my response would be, that's exactly why you should do this. It's not. Yoli gives you a 28-day booklet that has a meal plan set up for you. Plus, you will have me to help you successfully make it through the lifestyle change.
Good job.
That's what I have for that.
Good job. Yes, I am so happy. Nice. Yeah, a lot of great takeaways from you guys today on this call for sure. I got a lot of great words, so thank you guys for sharing. I would encourage you guys that the ones that you are struggling with, the ones that you didn't do, between now and next call, start practicing writing a script, because what you'll find that will happen it's the very thing that we're usually most scared of is what's going to approach you. So I can almost guarantee you between now and a month from now, you're going to meet someone that you're going to need to do maybe a positive negative with, Christine, or for Kelly that you're going to need to be able to do a flip-flop, right? So definitely take a look at that. Maybe steal one of the ones you heard today. You know, you can kind of steal some and substitute in the pieces. Great job, you guys. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to actually start the portion of the call. You know, the theme of the call today, which is setting up and presenting at the BBP. So things that we need. Number one, a distraction-free, comfortable temperature space. We want to remove pets, small kids. We want to silence cell phones if possible or needed. And I know sometimes that seems a little tough to ask them to do when they're walking in the door. But I would just stress, hey, like, listen, this time, this 1 hour is for you, right? This 1 hour is for you. So please, you know, silence your cell phone. I'm going to silence mine. And then do that right then, okay? The second one, you want to have your chilled samples and display kit to place at the front of the room. And just a little note, as far as samples goes, me personally, when I do a BBP, I like to have every single product. But I know not everybody maybe has every single product on hand. The reason why I believe it, and I got this from Eugene Hung watching his parties or whatnot, is because everyone that, has different tastes. So if you only put out the lemon lime fun, and someone has a citrus sensitivity, you might tell them about the other fun, but they might not even purchase because it's not there and they didn't get to taste it to find out if they like it. But with that being said, sometimes we just flat out don't have all of the samples. So my best advice to you guys is make sure that you have at least a passion, and then something that's caffeine free. Because if you guys get somebody that has a caffeine sensitivity, you're going to need to teach them really quickly. You can still do this system, and we can substitute passion for truth, or one of our funds, or now PH2O. Okay, so make sure you have something caffeine free. Have your shakes. Okay, those are the minimum that you want to make sure that you have there. Links to show your videos on a phone, a TV, laptop, whatever it is, however you're running your BBP. You want to go to yoli.com/BBP. If you go to that website, all of the videos necessary are right there. They're crystal clear. You can also find them on YouTube, but for anybody that is new and you are watching this call, I would recommend that you go to this website right here, yoli.com/BBP, okay? And BBP stands for Better Body Presentation or Better Body Party. Okay, the next thing you'll want to have when you're doing a BBP that just makes things really easy is product cards. That's these right here. Or the catalog. The catalog usually is already in the kit, so that makes it really, really easy. Health goal sheet and order forms. Testimonials. Have your testimonials ready. This could be in person. Maybe you have a person at your BBP that's going to be sharing. It could be a video message. Maybe you're in a situation where you couldn't get the person that you needed to be there. Ask them to record it for you, okay? Or you can do a connection call. Get creative. You know, you can get them on a call and put it on speaker. You could get them on Facebook video or FaceTime so that everybody at your party can hear it live, okay? Or maybe your party is one-to-one, and that makes it even more intimate. And then the last thing that you guys need is a positive mindset ready to help. So here are those things that I mentioned. So here's the health goal sheet here on the left. And I tend to pass this out at my parties right after the tasting. And I usually ask them to go ahead and take a look at this and to circle anything that they have, anything that they had, and anything they're worried about having. And I know that seems like a lot of things to circle, but I'll tell you why I do that. Things that they've had, they're usually worried about coming back up again, okay? Or they're taking some kind of prescription medicine to keep it dormant, okay? The things that they're currently having are probably what's really brought them there. And then things that they're worried about that they might have, when they start thinking about things they might have, it's usually because it runs in the family. And this is what leads me to get referrals. Because I'll be like, oh, I see here that, you circle hypothyroidism. Do you have that, or are you worried about it? And they're like, no, I don't have it, but my sister has it. And that just, I know it's going to open the door for me later, you guys, with referrals for that person. Or if this person becomes a PC and then turns into a business member, I'm going to remind them of some of those people that they have, that they were worried about, that they should be definitely showing Yoli to, okay? Then the bottom part of that sheet, and just to go back real quick, this is really important. Make sure you let them know that these elements right here, Yoli cannot say that we cure them. We can never say that we cure something because everybody's different. But we can say that this is something that Yoli has been known to help with. Okay, so I do always make that statement when I pass that sheet out, because just like anything, you can have two patients go into a doctor for the same thing. He can give them the same medicine. One can come out completely cured and one not so much, okay? So we can never say it cures something for everyone, but we can say it can help them. And then on the bottom of that sheet is pretty self-explanatory, okay? You can see in the top right part of your screen, that is our Yoli order form. They usually come in the kits, but let's say you are a new business member and you came in on a kit maybe and you used it. You might have one, but you will need more. You can find these in your back office. They, I believe, are $1.97 for 10. Okay, so you'll want to have some of those on hand. And to be honest with you, something I've done before to save myself some money is I've taken one out of the kit and I run color copies of the form right there. Okay. So if you have a copier at home, you can go ahead and do that. You really just need that piece of paper so that you can get the proper information accurately. And then the bottom right part picture on your screen is the new product cards. So they just released this last year in 2019 at Utah's conference. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe they're about $5.97. They're under $6 in your back office. That is great. It's got every single product that Yoli has on these cards with some key benefits and a little tiny description of what it does. This you guys will find handy when you are presenting your kit, especially if you're new and you don't really quite understand how each product works. If you're like me, when I first joined Yoli, I know that it works because I'm living proof, but I don't know the science behind it, and I don't necessarily need to know all the science. I'm not a doctor. So these product cards has been my tool that I can go to. They're awesome. So those are the three things I would say you need at your BBP as far as paperwork goes. Now, how to present. What we want to do, and I should tell you guys, this is what I do at my BBP. You're more than welcome to take any of these things that you hear and rearrange it to make it fit your BBP. If there's something you absolutely don't like, it's your BBP, it's your business. You can operate it how you see fit. Just keep in mind, there are key parts of elements of Yoli that we want to make sure stays the same so that we can create duplication. And to create duplication, we need to have a system that stays consistent so that everybody can do it. So with that being said, I welcome everyone. When they get to my party, doorbell rings, I open the door, I welcome them. I give them samples to try. They're already chilled and ice cold. Remember, you guys, at this point, don't explain too much here. Let the presentation do that for you. A lot of times people will start asking you so many questions about what they're trying. I would just let them know like the flavors, what the product is. This is our energy drink, right? It's all natural, and then I move on to whatever it is they're trying next. Anything more, I'm gonna let them get that from the presentation or questions at the end. Keep in mind, sampling can be so much fun. If you're at my party, I play music low in the background because it breaks the tension when everyone comes in, gets everyone comfortable. I mix drinks for them. So after they tried everything straight up, I then mix stuff. So I'm like, hey, do you like coconut? Did you like the peach mango? You did? Awesome. Let me mix you a cocktail. And I'll mix them a cocktail of the pH2O coconut and the passion, and let them explore. And that can really be eye-opening for people, because sometimes you'll get someone like me who tries lean greens and maybe they don't like it at the beginning, but suddenly you mix black raspberry passion in it. And I'm like, oh, I kind of like it like this. Okay. So get creative, have fun with your sampling, you guys. The next thing I do at the BBP is, while they are nearing the end of their tasting, I start directing them to seats. I give them the health goal sheet that you guys just saw, and I ask them to go ahead and fill it out, okay? Once I see everyone has mostly stopped writing, I'm gonna start the presentation. So I'm now standing in front of the room, wherever my TV is and wherever my demo kit is, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with the introduction of myself, thank them all for their time, and tell them what all is about to happen. So this is basically the agenda, right? I'm gonna let them know, hey, you guys are gonna see a few short videos. You're gonna hear some real testimonials and learn a little bit about our most popular kit, or you could say product, depending on who you're presenting for, okay, and what you're presenting. So, and then I go into showing the first video. The first video I like to show at my BBP is Alkali Explained. Or you could do a live demo. So now I love to carry the drops, the reagent drops, and do it live. It is so powerful. But if you are new to Yoli and that kind of makes you a little nervous because you're still learning, that's okay. Yoli has given us all the tools. Right here, I've put the link here. You can go to yoli.com/BBP. There is an Alkali Explained video there, or on YouTube. There are a ton to choose from on YouTube. So my best advice is, before you do your BBP, go on YouTube and watch a few of them. Figure out which Alkali Explained video fits your prospect. Because Dr. Aaron Streeter has one out there, and his is great. And I would say that one might be geared for your person who is a medical practitioner, or, you know, those prospects that you have are in the healthcare field. They are going to gravitate to that video. They're going to love what he's saying. They're going to understand what he's saying. And it is a little bit longer video. If you think that your prospect needs to hear things very simply put, I love the 2018 Alkali Explained video. It's 4 minutes. It is not a lot of medical mumbo jumbo. It's just very clear, concise, great demo. And then there is one out there by Dr. Michael Cucci. Okay, so take some time, you guys, and go through your YouTube and look around at the Alkali Explained videos and save them. I've created my own YouTube channel so I can save videos and find them very easily. So you guys might want to consider that. After I show the Alkali Explained video, I'm then going to ask some of them to share what they've circled on the health goals sheet. This many times is where we get crickets because people are too scared to speak up. But this will be important when connecting them to the product best suited for their needs. So what I like to do is I like to throw out like a free passion packet or pH2 packet to the brave person who speaks up. And if no one is speaking up, I'll say, I've got a little prize right here in my pocket for whoever is going to share. And that immediately gets people shouting out, oh, low energy. Oh, you know, acne. Oh, worried about cancer. It just starts coming out of the woodworks. And if nobody is sharing at all, you guys, if you're in a BBP that has more than a one-on-one, because if it's one-on-one, you can look right at their sheet, okay? But if you're in a bigger BBP and no one's sharing, make sure you have someone on your team that is there, share something, randomly say something to spark everyone else, or you might just start rambling off things personally. Say for those of you guys who are here for low energy, or start rambling some things off on that sheet. And when you start seeing people's head nods or body language change, you know that's the one that it's on their sheet most likely. So after I've had everyone share some things that they have circled, I'm putting that in my memory bank, and I'm gonna now show them the 28-day video. Once again, you can find this video on YouTube or on the yoli.com/BBP. After that video's done, I tell them, okay, you guys, next, this is my favorite part of the party, because this is where you guys are gonna hear some real testimonials from people who have tried this that you probably know. Because if they're here at your BBP, they've either been invited by you, so they know you, okay? Or they've been invited by someone else from your team. So they're hearing a real story from someone that they know or of a friend of a friend. And that is super powerful. So I then move into testimonials. And then after the testimonial, what I like to do is now showcase the kit. This is our most popular product. So pick up each product and you're gonna read a brief description right off the label or the product cards, okay? Once you guys have done this enough practice, you won't even have to pick that stuff up. You'll be able to pick it up and just talk right about the product. Bonus points, you guys, if you can relate the benefits to your crowd. So I know that if somebody shouted out earlier when I asked, okay, you guys, can you guys please share with me some things that you've circled on your health goal sheets? What are some concerns you guys have? And someone shouts out leaky gut. Then when I'm holding up our shake, I'm gonna talk about the benefits of the shake, and then I'm gonna say, and this would be good for some of you guys who mentioned about leaky gut, and this is why. And it's just gonna be really brief, right? That person who was talking about, worried about cancer, when I pick up my Alkalite bottle, I'm gonna talk about the power of Alkalite, the description, and then I'm gonna relate it to that person, you know, and this is gonna be powerful for that. That person who's talking about low energy or so forth, you guys. So you wanna try to relate the products to your crowd, okay? Let them know everything they will get. So you wanna talk about everything that comes in that kit. So you've held up each product. Make sure you pull out the coaching guide, open it up in front of them. You don't have to explain everything. Just open it and show them, you know, it's got everything in here that you can eat. It's got your plan in here. Let them know that the average person loses about 16 pounds on the system. And then last, you wanna tell them that our money back guarantee, okay? And just so that you guys know, Yoli's guarantee is a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. But what that means is by day 30, Yoli needs to have the containers back at corporate warehouse. So depending on where your prospect is, that means maybe you need to know that this isn't working for them by day 26. And this is a 28-day program, right? If you push that they really go the whole 28 days and they still feel like this was not good for them, it didn't work and they want their money back, they now only have 2 days to get the canisters, the packaging back to Yoli. Now, notice I keep saying canisters or packaging, okay? Yoli doesn't want the product. They can dump the product into plastic bags and keep it, right? They could throw it away. They can do whatever they want. They can even send that back if they truly want to. But what Yoli is requesting is that the packaging be sent back to them, okay? Now, there's a second guarantee you guys might not know about. There is a 90-day guarantee. So if they do go the 30 days or, you know, or they don't tell you that it didn't work until after the 30 days and they decide they want their money back, they can send back the packaging up to 90 days after they've purchased their kit and get 90% of their money back. It's a 10% restocking fee. It's what Yoli calls it. So they'll get 90% of their money back. You guys, that's phenomenal. The fact that Yoli would be letting somebody, maybe they fell off the bandwagon during their 28 days and they stopped, or maybe they're like my PC and they went on vacation, right? Then they came back and they tried to pick it up again. Maybe they stopped, you know, because the discipline's not there, and then they pick it up again, right? So it could take somebody longer than 30 days. And it's so cool to know that Yoli is still with the integrity and what they believe this kit can do, that if it doesn't do that for somebody, they're willing to still give 90% of the money back up to 90 days. That's phenomenal, okay? So you want to tell them about the guarantee and then close. So you want to close with asking them, how would they like to get started? And you guys can see I put here, we're going to do more training on this to follow because there's a lot of little details I want to talk to you guys later in another call. Or you tell them to please get with whomever invited them. So this is more for a BBP where there's 2 or more members collaborating on one BBP. At the end, when you dismiss everyone, you just, you thank everyone for attending, tell them to get with whoever invited them here because now it's that person's job to close. And tell them that feel free to sample anything left a second time if they wish. Now, you could show the next step video here, should you choose. It's about a 10-minute video. It is what Yoli recommends. Once again, the website is yoli.com BBP. And you can let Robbie close them. This is a video where Robbie goes through the whole thing, and at the end they say, are you a 1, 2, or 3? 3 means not interested. 2 means they're ready to start their transformation as a customer. And 1 means they want to join as a business member. So if you are new to this and you are uncomfortable closing yourself, you can just press play. Just press play and let Robbie Fender on that video do that. And as soon as that video is over, then you go ahead and ask them, so are they a 1, 2, or 3? And follow up, okay? So if you guys are paying close attention to the way I run my BBP, after I welcome and they do their tasting and they fill out their form, I do a video, something in person, a video, something in person. I like to break up just making them sit down and watch video, okay? Here are the helpful links for you guys and for your teams, okay? Definitely direct your team to the yoli.com/FTT. FTT stands for Fast Track Training. On this training website, you and your team can find the before your party video, and they'll just tell you basically about how to invite people to the party. Then you'll find the hosting your party video, and they'll go into details about 20 minutes before the party. You want to get everything on ice, all the little details. And then you'll find the after your party videos, which is all about follow up, okay? All of these videos, so that you know, are 5 minutes or under. They're super short videos, so I would recommend, if you haven't watched them, which I think all of you on this call has watched them, but I would encourage you to get your new members to watch these because they're very short, clear, easy videos to follow, and your team will not be overwhelmed, okay? Here is my favorite link to the Alkali Explained video. So if you want to know the one that I personally show at my parties, that's the link. Here is the link I show at my parties to the 28-day video, the one that I personally like. And then the next step video that Yoli recommends, that's the link below. So you can screenshot this. I am recording this call, so you can go back and pause it right here and copy and paste, okay? Thank you all. We are at the end of our call, so happy Saturday, you guys. I want to thank you all for sharing and growing our whole team. So I really, truly appreciate you guys staying dedicated and staying consistent to getting on these monthly calls. It really means a lot to me and to you guys and to things as well, because the consistency is huge. And when you're ready to go, you guys are going to have all the information you need to just run when you want to run. Our previous calls were on inviting, the personality colors with inviting, and that was communication technique, and objections. So if you guys are just tuning in for the first time on this call, you are more than welcome to go back on my channel and find those videos that I just named. I am going in order. And then our next few calls, you guys, over the next few months will lead us to explore presenting the kit. So our very next call, I'm going to hold the kit here and I'm going to present it to you guys the way I present it at my party. So you guys can steal verbiage and ideas, and you guys can share with me anything that you might know that I don't know that could be said. We're going to start to explore your stories, so your testimonials. It is so important that you guys know the different parts of our testimonials so that when you get at a party where they ask you to share, you know which part of your story that needs to be that needs to be shared. I don't always share my whole story. Sometimes I'm invited and Annabelle will ask me, Annabelle is my mentor and my sponsor. She'll ask me, hey, Eureka, today at the BBP, do you mind just sharing your financial transformation? So when I go into my story, I really summarize my physical and emotional to like just sentences. And then I go into my financial part of my story. And sometimes you guys might be invited and they might ask you to go into your physical transformation. That doesn't mean you don't talk about the others. It just means you skim the surface of the others and you go deep into that part of your story. So we're going to work on that. Then we're going to have a call dedicated just to how to follow up, because that's a call all in itself. And then we're going to eventually get to the business opportunity. I think this is the one that most of us all dread, but yet we all want to happen, because obviously being able to present the business opportunity and to grow your team is amazing and powerful. And it's what we all want. We all want to seek and find that financial freedom, that time freedom, and also give it to others. Here, you guys, are the past recorded Zooms. I put just one link here. If you click this link, you will find I call it my YoliTube. It's YouTube, but I just call it my YoliTube. I wish our founders or our corporate can come up with that. If you are watching this call, I'm just going to go ahead and drop that seed there. Please, let's create a YoliTube. It would just be so cool. But so yeah, on my YoliTube channel, you can find all of my past training, including this video. I will upload that today on my YoliTube, okay? Last thing, guys, on the agenda for today, please save the date. Our next call will be February 22nd, 2020 at 9 a.m. It is a Saturday. So please, you guys, go ahead and reserve that now, and let's keep the dedication and consistency going. Do I have any questions, you guys? Okay.
No.
Thank you, Eureka.
You guys are welcome. I'm going to stop sharing and see if I can find you guys again. Here you are. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Please share. Feel free to share my links, or feel free to start creating your own training, you guys. If you want to step into that leadership role, let my training be kind of your outline. Take what you like, give it to them. Take what you don't like and change it around to make it fit who you're talking to, right? So I'm talking to you guys, but you know how to talk to your people. So feel free to take whatever you need and make it your own. All right? Love you guys.
Love you. Bye,
Happy
Eureka.
Saturday.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye guys.
Bye.